Well, I think our defense has done a tremendous job this spring. As I said, it's been very competitive. There have been scrimmages where the defense has dominated the offense, and vice versa. But I think defensively, we've had a little bit of a scheme change, which gets some better athletes on the field, and we've challenged some guys to do some things differently. Obviously we've moved some guys from offense to defense, and those guys are contributing. And Quintreil's one of those guys. And Quintreil came here as a running back, and I brought him in the office one day, and I said, hey, we need some help on defense. And he didn't say a word. He said, Coach, whatever I can do to help the team win. He goes in his first game, James Madison, and has 13 tackles. Doesn't really know what he's doing, but now he understands the position, and he's put together a spring, and he looks like a linebacker. He tackles like a linebacker. He's one of the leaders on defense, and he gives us much more speed than we had. And we had two really good linebackers last year, but we got out leveraged in some athletic situations, and I think Quintreil will give us the ability to continue to run people down. I've always said that the best linebackers are running backs because it takes a running back to tackle a running back, and I think he's done a tremendous job in that regard. Bobby Price has had a tremendous spring. I'm one of Bobby's biggest fans, but I'm also one of his biggest critics, and we challenged him at the beginning of the spring to come out and be more physical and to tackle better and to lead the defense, and he's done that. It's been a credit to him and his personality. He's very tough on himself, but he's taken on the challenge, and he's come out and he has been more physical, and he has tackled better, as has the entire defense. And I think Bobby's work ethic has been contagious. Deshaun is a guy that we pressed into action last year. We've challenged him. He's probably put on 15 or 20 pounds since last year. Much more physical, much stronger than he was a year ago. Gives us a guy that can rush the passer and also play well in the run game. He's still got a lot of football ahead of him. Still a ton of things that he and Coach Williamson are working on. But we're proud of his progress to this point also.
Quintreil, you obviously move the defense so you can win a spring game, right?
Oh, of course. Nah. I moved over there like Coach Scott said, man. He called me in the office one day and said he needed help, and I let him win. That's all I know how to do is how to win. And I said, anything to help the team win, Coach, I got you.
You got any little bets or trash talk with the offensive guys?
I'm not bad as illegal, so no, I don't.
What have you worked on this spring to improve Quintreil?
Well, for real, for me it was I get in my book more, get in my defensive book more. Starting the first 2 years off on offense, after that first year you kind of know the offense already. Come back that spring, know the offense, so you're not getting your book as much. But defensively, when I moved positions, I'm not gonna lie, I looked at my book probably twice all of last year. But during the spring, I've really been in there trying to know where I fit, know what my run support is, what I do here, what I do on this play, and just try to take what I learned in my book and put it out on the field.
What's it been like playing next to a guy who came to the offense like you and Tyree?
I mean, it's fun because sometimes we look now at the offense, it's like, dang, those guys really are improving a lot because I came in my freshman year and I see the Craigs, I see the West, and it's like, man, those guys really look good. They look good now or whatnot. So it's just fun seeing the improvement going against my guys that I came in with or whatever, and watching them get better as we get better too.
Deshaun, what were some of the most important things that you learned your freshman year that have helped you improve this year?
The most important thing I probably learned from last year is just kind of working on your game like every day. You just gotta keep working on what you gotta do and try to earn your spot on the team.
What were some of the best pieces of advice you got from those older guys along the line?
The best advice I got from the older guys from last year, from like Chris Lee, he was like, just do you, kind of work with this game, but kind of just relax and play like you play.
Bobby, as an emerging defensive leader, what do you hope to see out of the defense on Friday that would make it a successful spring game?
I just want to see us work as one and communicate and be on the same page and execute our plays and what we've been taught this whole spring, and put it into the spring ball game.
Coach, what does Deshaun's size give you that's unique?
Well, he gives us probably the biggest foot in the MEAC. He wears an 18 shoe. So that's been a challenge for us and Nike and our equipment people. But I think when you look at a body type, he's a former basketball player. and not a huge football background as a high school football player, but he's 6'5", he's almost 240 pounds, and he's still 18 years old. He's going to continue to grow. He's going to continue to progress. He's going to continue to learn how to be a defensive lineman. I mean, he gives our offense fits, right now, and he's still not doing the right thing all the time. So he's a work in progress. But as I said, we're very proud of where he's going if he continues to put in the effort that he's putting in right now.
Have there been any standouts over the past week since I last talked to you that you'd like to mention?
I think everybody's been a contributor in their own way. I think all the guys that are here today have been, have done nice things. It's been fun because we kind of grade our scrimmages week in, week out. We have kind of all-star performers, and we went from having 6 after the first scrimmage to having, I think, 18, this past weekend. And there's still some position battles. I mean, Tyree's doing a great job at outside linebacker, but Levi Shockley's is doing a great job there. James Byers, is another inside linebacker that's doing a great job for us. In the secondary, there have been some guys that have stepped up at corner, due to injuries and guys missing time. The wideout position, obviously, you have Isaiah, you have Marcus Taylor. Chuma Wana has had one of the most solid springs of any kid I've ever been around, and you won't hear a ton about Chuma, and Chuma won't say a bunch, but he's a guy that we can't win games without. So I'm just proud of the guys across the board for coming out every day and being competitive, and we've been tough on them. We've tried to get after them, we've tried to grade them hard, and they know that it's not we aren't a finished product by any stretch, but at the end of the day, I hope that they can see the improvement, and then they can see what's out there for us. And we're going to transition from the spring to the summer, because we're going to finish up spring practice on Friday and get through the rest of school, and then our summer program starts, because obviously everything that we've done now is just kind of a building block for the summer. And the other thing I'm proud of these guys for is they spend more time together as a team. When you see them on campus, they're always together. When you see them other places, they're doing things together. I think that's something that we didn't have before. And when you're building a program, once the kids take ownership and they make it their program and they make it a real family-oriented situation, the sky's the limit possibility-wise.
And lastly, are there any planned significant changes to the format from last year for spring? Any scenarios you're going to be doing more of that people can expect? We're
going to play 4 10-minute quarters. In those quarters, we'll move the ball and put it different situations. There'll be some red zone, some 2-minute. There'll be some backed up scenarios, and also at the end of the game, we'll play just a quick overtime format, just to accustom ourselves to playing in that type of situation. So we've been playing situational scrimmages all year, and we'll continue to do that within the flow of the 10-minute quarters.